Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Andre, and in front of me today we have some fresh pork skins, and this is something I've been working on, and I got it down now, and we're going to turn these into a really tasty snack. Pork rinds, or the 100 other names that people call them. And let's get to step one. So now, before we get started, I gotta tell you, if you were to take this fresh pork rind, pork skin, and throw it into the hot oil, you're gonna get a very violent reaction because this still has a lot of water in it, and water and hot oil do not mix. So one of the tricks to get these nice and puffy, like you have seen, you need to dry them out first, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just take them, lay them out, and put them in the oven for a while just to dry them out, because you want them, when they hit the oil, you want them to go poof, get big and puffy, and that's one of the tricks to this. I know there's probably 100 other ways. I've seen people do 100 different ways of doing this, but for me, this works, and it's probably the simplest way I've tried to do it. And it doesn't matter the shape. I just collect the skins from all the different things I do. I just throw them in the freezer, and when I have enough, I'll make some. Got that all laid out. That's all you have to do. Now, honestly, this is going to be the part that's going to take the longest. So we're going to throw this in the oven right now. I've got it set at 280 Fahrenheit. We just need to dry this out. It's going to take a little bit of time. When I come back, we're going to have these at the point where we need to deep fry them. And we are back. This part takes a while because you want them, they're hot, but they're hard. There are some, no, they're all pretty good. You want them nice and hard because that way you know the water's gone. They look great. So I'm going to just put these to the side, and we're going to get the next step. Okay, we're all set up. I got the pot here. We're going to use a bit of a bigger pot because anytime you're using hot oil, there's a chance for it to bubble up. So, and we're not using regular oil. If you know what that is beef tallow. This is what we're going to use to fry this pork skins in, to turn them into pork rinds. I just want to show you that they are crispy. This is how you want them, because when they're like that, they're bone dry, and when you put them in the hot oil, that's when the magic happens, and then they puff up and become that really nice treat. Because right now, honestly, if you chew on this, it's rock hard. That's not good. So we're going to turn this into that nice, light, fluffy snack that people love. Okay, got this filled up, and now we're going to turn it on. Let this melt down and get the temperature. I'm all set up here. I've got my bowl with some paper towel in it so it can drain. I got my, and I've also got a thermometer because once we get it close, I'm going to take the temperature, because I want to, it's important when you're deep frying stuff that you don't want to go too hot, because then you can burn it, and this way I'm going to keep it at the temperature I need it and want it at. And I can't stress enough, working with hot oil is dangerous. So take precautions, be very careful. Like you see here, I only have it filled to about here, if you can see. So I've got lots of space if it bubbles up. So if you're not comfortable, don't do it, or go with somebody that is. But I can't stress it enough that working with hot oil can be very dangerous if you're not careful. That's my public service announcement for the day. Everything's melted. Let's just take the temperature just to see where we're at. I'm going to do this in Fahrenheit. 165 Fahrenheit. So we've got a ways to go, but it's not going to take long. Okay, it's showtime, people. So at this point, if I've done my job right, these things will start to cook and puff up, and I'm only going to put a few in there first. It's always amazing to see them puff up. You don't want to touch it, but it's, where is that? Nice and puffy. They've grown in size. They become nice and light and airy. And I didn't season them before. We're going to season them just with a little bit of salt after they're cooked. Because at this point they're extremely hot and you really don't want to touch them. Anyways, I'm going to finish these off, and then we're going to sprinkle a little bit of salt on them just to finish them off and give them a try. As you can see, I had to transfer that to a bigger bowl because they puff up so much that that's how much I ended up with. Awesome. Now I'm going to just move this and we're going to finish off. So we got all this from that, and I'm going to look. Don't they look beautiful? Look at that. This is so light. I'm going to just take one. So airy. Such a difference. It just kind of like falls apart in your mouth. They're so light and airy. I'm just going to take a little bit of salt. They just need that little bit of flavor punch. Now at this point you could flavor them whatever way you want, but I'm happy just with a little bit of salt. That's so good. You know, with Christmas and the holidays coming up, if you do something like this yourself and have this out for your guests, I think you're going to wow them. This is just such an awesome treat to do it yourself and have something that tastes this good. This is a great way to use up your pork skins if you bone out your own hams, like I did in the Black Forest video, or if any of the videos I used pork belly, I usually take the rind off them as well. Just save it, throw it in the freezer, and when you get enough, make a big batch like this and you're good to go. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's quite easy to do yourself, but it takes a little bit of time, and I can't stress enough, when you're using the hot oil or tallow, be extremely careful with it. And have fun. Enjoy something awesome. You don't eat it every day, so enjoy the treat. Leave me those comments, hit that like, subscribe, and like always, happy eating.